So literally, I just driving off in the shower in the bath right now. Just had this crazy download. It was like, bro, everything you think and everything you do, you can only experience that because it's within your vibrational realm of existence. Meaning, however you're vibrating, whatever your energy is, you're going to experience a physical reflection of that, and your thoughts are going to be a reflection of that as well. Because you can only access thoughts that are close enough in resonancy. Otherwise, you wouldn't pick it up. Because you see what I'm saying? Because your thoughts are they're not yours. They're from your environment, and they're from your past patterns and things you've already framed within your mind. So the whole idea is all thoughts exist. You are also thought, but for you to access higher vibrational ideas and energies, you must raise your vibration automatically by default. By raising your energy, you get access to those thoughts. So realize this: to change your situation, you must change your vibration. Because as soon as you change your vibration, everything in this universe shifts to that frequency of that vibration. You see what I'm saying? Right? So that's number one. The second download I had in this bathtub was that the mind likes to identify. Why the mind identifies with the past and how we keep creating the same. If you're creating the same thing over and over again, why that happens. And it pretty much simply is this: the reason why tomorrow is a lot like today is because we are thinking about today more than tomorrow. And I just actually rephrased it here in the bathtub, and it's the reason why today is a lot like tomorrow is a lot like today is because we're thinking about yesterday instead of today. And what I'm saying is, when you wake up in the morning, automatically your mind goes back to the patterns and what you've done in the past. That your subconscious program is coming up. So if you have a certain way of being that's familiar to you, that's safe and secure, your ego wants to hold on to that. So it's familiar. So basically, you keep repeating the past over and over and over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying? That's why yesterday is a lot like today and tomorrow's going to be a lot like today, because if you're doing the same thing over and over again, that's what you're going to experience. And remember this, what Aristotle said: we become what we repeatedly do, therefore success is not an act, but a habit as well. So it is about your habits, but your mind identifies with the past because it's familiar, because it's experience. So that's why for a lot of people it's difficult to create the future reality that you prefer, because the mind, the ego, wants to cling on to the past, what's known and what's familiar. But the whole idea is, in this now moment, you must create the future. The best way to predict the future is to create it. And how do you create it? Is by you thinking about it, by you putting your environment, you're putting that in your environment, you're putting certain things and thoughts, forms, and energy forms into your environment, so that then you're thinking about the future instead of the past. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to be thinking about the solution, not the problem. You're going to be thinking about what you can do about it instead of why you're stuck. You see what I'm saying? Everything's a self-fulfilling prophecy, man. You're either telling yourself a story of why you can do something or why you can't do something. Both of them are true depending on which one you choose, because both of them are just beliefs. You don't have to believe what you believe. You don't have to think the way you've always thought, because if you think the way you've always thought, you're going to get the things you've always got. You see what I'm saying? You have to change the way you're thinking. You got to change the way you think. Change what you think, change what you do, you get a different result immediately. Get yourself into alignment by aligning your thoughts, words, and actions, meaning thinking about what you want, saying what you want, and taking actions in alignment with that goal, with what you actually want. Because if you're not doing what you say, if there's a misalignment there, then you're taking yourself out of balance, and then now you restart. It triggers up this pattern, the start-stop pattern. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you're going to want to do. And then also realize that you can also create a pattern of the future by just automatically, you want to set your environment up to where it's dummy proof, where it's like it's impossible to not think about your future. Like you have the house you want to live in. You literally have it everywhere. You have the relationships you want to have. You have it everywhere. You have everything everywhere, because what you want everywhere, because that's where whatever you think about most, that's what you're going to become. That's what you're going to get. You want this income increase? Put it everywhere. Because whether you're thinking about it consciously or not, it all goes into your subconscious mind. Everything in your environment goes into your subconscious mind. And the longer that poster is up, the longer that dream board is up, the longer that affirmation is up, the better it's going to work, because the deeper it's going to soak into your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is programmed in two ways. It's repetition and emotion. So if you're thinking about what you want all the time and you're feeling good when you're thinking about it, guess what? That's ingraining in the subconscious mind. And when you ingrain something in your subconscious mind, that changes your paradigm, and you will always experience in life a reflection of your paradigm or of your framework of reality, of how you see yourself and how you see this world. So, man, that's the word of the day, man. Program your environment for you to be successful. And whatever success is to you, you get to define that. Once again, success is just a word. Words are just labels for vibration. So whatever feeling, image, or whatever feeling and image you got in your head when you heard the word success, that's how you're frameworking your reality. That's your perspective. But guess what? When you find out that you don't have to view it that way, you can change your perspective and you can view it a different way. Guess what? That's very powerful, because each word that's in your vocabulary number one, you can either change the way you look at it, and you do that by changing the image you see, and you change the feeling that you feel when you're attached to that, because it's not the words and the thoughts that matter, but it's the feeling or vibration that's attached to it, which is so powerful. Okay, so you can do that, and you can practice that. Meditation is the best way to do that. It's like when you hear a word, does that trigger you? If something triggers you, what's happening is it's triggering a neural pathway that's associated with a past event, and that past event's associated with a feeling, and therefore that feeling comes up and it blocks your neural pathway, which is your ability to think. And the way you can get rid of that is you actually do this thing called EFT. It's called EFT tapping, and you want to tap out the pattern. So there's a simple technique. I'll drop it in the link below if I remember. But pretty much just type it in on Google or YouTube. EFT tapping, Roger Callahan, or what's the other guy's name? Gary Craig. I think it's Gary Craig, Roger Callahan. You tap out that neural pathway, and you actually physically remove that emotion from your body. Okay, everything's emotion. Everything's energy, vibrating at a different frequency. Emotion stands for energy and motion. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. This is all energy. Physical reality is an illusion. It's 99.999% empty space. It's just particles of atoms that are actually just vibrating. So when you realize that it's not a physical solid world, then you just change your vibration, and you understand that obviously that's going to change your situation, because the universe outside of you is always reflecting inside of you. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Because quite literally, you can only view things through your own perspective. You see what I'm saying? All right, y'all, that's it. Peace.